All right, good evening. Hey, Darcel. Hey, Mo. Good to see you. All right, I'm just going to camera off just for a couple of minutes, just to wait to see if others roll in. So I'll 2 minutes, I'll be back with you. How you doing? All right, it looks like we've got 4, which is good number for Practice Cafe. All right, good evening. Welcome to the inaugural Practice Cafe. Great to have you with us. So as you may have heard from the audio that I posted in the group, we're making some changes to how we do things. And one of the changes that is happening is we are going to give My Little Voice a rest and get you doing some practice coaching, because at the end of the day, repetition is the mother of skill. Great to get more knowledge, but at the end of the day, if you want to be a great coach, the first thing you have to do is you have to coach your butt off. If you want to be good at this, you've got to do it a lot. I can't tell you how many hours I've coached because I can't remember, but it's in the thousands. There's not a magical reason for anybody, I don't think, being great at anything. A lot of people do have natural given skill, you could say. Most people don't. They just do that thing a lot. Coaching is the same. So what we're going to be doing now moving forward on Thursdays is getting you in breakouts, practicing elements of our coaching model. And we're probably going to spend a good, probably even the rest of the year, working on the trailer. Because at the end of the day, if your trailer's shit, right, it's not very good. Doesn't matter how good you are, but my session 3, I'm amazing. But it doesn't matter if your session 3 is amazing if people don't enroll in your program. So obviously we've got to nail that one, right? We've got to nail session 0. You have to have that 10 out of 10. Otherwise, there is no people going through your program. If your energy is not right, it's just not going to work. So what's going to happen is I'm going to be leading the first few, and then Hillary's going to start to come in and start coaching some of these. And what we're going to do is, said with love in our hearts, we're going to rip you to pieces and put you back together again. Like, so if there's something in your trailer that we're like, that's not congruent, not feeling it, we're going to tell you, oh, but we're just practicing. No. Like, do it the way you would do it if you're with your dream client. This isn't practice, it is, but pretend that it's real. So when we do the breakouts, if you would do it sat down, do it sat down. If you'd stand up, like treat it like it's a proper situation. And yeah, like practice, and I'm going to give you feedback, and I want to make you better. So the only way that we get better is if we get that feedback. So you can learn to drive. Sorry, you can't learn to drive by yourself. It's not legally possible. But if you technically could, you might just end up learning and doing it badly and then wouldn't pass the test anyway. What makes it work is that feedback loop from the instructor, whether it's a college degree, learning to drive, doing deadlifts in the gym. It's all about that, having that that feedback loop. So that's what we're going to be working on. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tonight we're going to specifically work on the energizers that are in the trailer. Okay, so the breathing and the physiological bit, if you're physically well and able to do so, we're just going to work on those elements. Okay, so we're not going to work on any other elements. We're just going to work on those elements. And what I specifically want you to do is to take it in turns, doing it on each other. No giving feedback other than how did you feel? Like, you can be honest and go, from a client perspective, like, could have been better, like I was feeling it, I wasn't feeling it. So not giving coaching mentorship feedback, but give feedback as if you're a client and say, like, how did you feel? Do you feel different? Feel better? And if you don't feel different or better, be honest. So, you know what? I feel the same as I felt before. Okay, that's good feedback. Because if you have a client do that, they're not going to buy. Highly unlikely. Got to make them feel different. So we're going to focus on this because this is one of the most important elements of the trailer. Getting the person to feel different. We call it the emotional buying initiator. So you remember there's 5 key elements to the trailer to make it work. This one here arguably is the most important, because if we don't have them in state, they will not buy. The reason why Tony Robbins has raving fans is because in his events, he changes client state. Okay, it's not about what he says, it's about what he gets people to do physiologically. People that think he's amazing, said with love, he's not amazing. It's the techniques that are amazing. And he would want you to know that and want you to hear that, which is why he called his documentary, I'm not your guru. That was kind of his subtle way of saying, do not idealize me. It's about the process. It's not about me. Yeah. So this element here is arguably his secret weapon. It's the thing that I most rely on. If I want to enroll a person in a coaching session, in a program, I never leave the site of a trailer without doing that. It is the most important of all. So we're going to work on that tonight. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remind you of what that looks like so that you can become reminded of it. And then I'm going to send you off into breakout. So you're going to have a go. If you could all just mute yourself just for this bit, because a little bit of feedback coming through. That would be great. Amazing. Thank you. All right. So pay close attention, and we'll break out after this. Close, breathing deeply. I want you to think of a word that would describe
the client, that you actually have valuable knowledge, know-how, and resources that can help them. And this powerful, if this client tangible tool or resource, most powerful breath work and through rapid changes to their physiology. So let me demonstrate that for you now. Oh, bear with me a second. So we just slight pause on the video. Here we go.
Good awareness. Chico, let's do another elite performance habit. In fact, let's do Let's do a couple this time. One, to show you how you can remove all stress from your body within minutes. I know that this is very normal to you, what we're about to do anyway, master the breath. The other is to show you how you can quickly have peak energy whenever you need it, something you're very familiar with as well, but for the demonstration purposes. First, if you aren't already, which I know you are, I'd like you to sit comfortably. And when you're ready, please close your eyes again. With your eyes closed, focus on your breathing. Try and slow your breathing down, if you will. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to take 10 deep breaths, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. On the out breath, breathing deeply, I want you to say to yourself, just in your mind, the word peace. The word peace will, in this time, represent you being at peace with any thoughts, any worry, any stress, or any tension in your life, if even just for those 2 minutes. So breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, 10 deep breaths. On the out breath, just say to yourself in your mind the word peace. When you're done, open your eyes, say I'm done, and we'll carry on with the call. Let's begin. How do you feel now versus how you felt before?
Amazing. Amazing.
Good, good. Very good, very good. Okay, now I want to show you how you can let go of any stress anytime you need, super fast. I want to show you how you can generate energy whenever you need it. If you're in a place where you can, please stand up, do that now, and shake your body out.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Wearing a sarong.
Yeah. In a moment, I'm going to have you breathe very rapidly in and out of your nose. So you're going to be breathing in and out through your nose. So the breathing is going to sound a bit like this. So you're going to be breathing quite forcefully. Only do it if you feel comfortable, okay? At the same time, I want you to clap 20 times while running on the spot. So the thing that's going to be a bit like this. I'd also like you to have a big grin on your face the entire time. Yes, I'm serious about the grinning. Once you've completed the 20 claps, I want you to stop jumping. You started already. Once you've completed the claps, I want you to stop jumping, return to normal breathing, clench your fists like a tennis pro would, who's just won match point, and say as loud as you can, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive.
I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive,
yeah.
I'm alive,
Now.
I'm alive.
Yeah, now I know this sounds silly, but let's see how you feel after I'm going to do this with you. So we're going to do the breathing, the clapping, the grinning, the running on the spot 20 times. At the end, we're going to go 5 times. I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive. Are you ready, brother?
Let's go.
3, 2, 1, go! I'm alive, I'm alive,
I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive.
Yeah! How do you feel now?
I feel alive, baby.
Amazing, amazing. Well, look, whether you like my particularly wacky routines or not, they're just symbolic of how fast you can recharge yourself, reduce stress, feel energized just by rapidly changing your physiology and your breathing. I recommend that if you don't have something like that already in your diary, which I know you do, but I recommend that you schedule those in for morning, afternoon, and evening, and just see how they work for you. Are you up for that?
Absolutely.
All right. So that is an example of how we change the client's state. So you remember I said 2 ways to change the client's state: breathing and physiology. The reason that we want to change their state is first and foremost because most rookie, amateur, unsuccessful coaches will not be doing that. So the first reason we want to do that is to differentiate us from other coaches out there. A second reason is because ultimately we want to polarize opinion. You know, we want to create a feeling that by the end of the session, people are 100% in for this type of coaching or 100% out. And what most coaches are trying to do is trying to cater to everyone. And unfortunately, that's effectively why they don't succeed. And so whether you, as I said in the video, whether you like my wacky routines or not, they are just symbolic of the fact that people do not want coaching. As you probably maybe heard me say already, people do not want coaching. What they really want is to feel different. And the way to feel different all comes down to changing your state. So what you have to do to sell coaching in today's day and age is you have to change the client's state. You have to make them feel emotionally different. You have to make them feel that buying coaching with you will give them all the emotional states that they think they will get from buying other stuff, but that actually buying this is going to give them a long-term benefit, kind of like how meditation and exercise will give you a long-term benefit. You have to create that feeling inside of them. And what we've done here, you know, we're 21.5 minutes into the call. By now, they will be starting to run what we call their buying pattern. They're now starting to think, is this for me or is this not for me? And at this point, 21 minutes into the call, I can guarantee you people have already decided whether coaching with you is right for them or not. Whether they pay for it or not, that's a different thing. We'll talk about that later. But the point is, in their mind, they have already made an emotional decision. 21 minutes in, they've already decided, is this for me or isn't this for me? And you want to have them already decide that now. You don't want to have them deciding that at the end. And that's the real power of what we've just done. Okay, I'm going to show you one more piece. Go off into your breakout room shortly.
All right, I'm back. I'm just going to try and stop this video.
On your partner.
Okay, there we go. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Change of plan. I'm not going to go into breakouts. We're going to keep it here. So I'm going to get everybody to have a go once. Ideally, we'll get everybody a go before the end of the session. So who wants to go first? Either decide or I'll pick you. Who's up for going
Just
first?
to understand, you want us just to do the vitality?
Just the vitality part, Mar. Yeah, just the vitality.
Okay.
So I'm guessing by you've nominated yourself first now, Mar. So
Really?
yeah.
Well, I kind of changed my trailer a little bit.
Okay. Well, do it for the benefit of tonight. Do it the way that it's done here, and then I'll give you.
No, it's not so different. I just changed one exercise because I didn't connect with it. Just the jumping and I didn't connect with it, so I just changed it to a different exercise.
Okay, cool. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do it your way, and then I'll give you feedback on that, and we'll see how it feels and how it fits. And I'll get you to coach Julie. So I'll get you to do it with you. Julie, you're going to be Moore's client. So literally not even the questions, more purely just the vitality part, straight into okay, we're going to do a couple of exercises. Straight in, breath work, do it fully. Your version of the Energizer, do it fully. Ask how they feel, the way you do it, and then I'll give you some feedback after. The floor is yours.
So I'm just imagining that I asked a couple of questions about her being a mom and everything.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Julie, hello. I already asked some questions, so we already spoke. So I'm starting in the middle of the conversation. So in a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being your best and most energetic, how would you say your vitality or physical vitality?
Don't leave the questions out more. Go straight to the exercise.
Okay.
From the
So just
breathing.
tell her to close her eyes.
Yeah.
From that. Okay.
Obviously explain what you're going to do. So go straight from the explanation part.
Okay. So now we're going to do two exercises. One is we're going to reduce the stress, and one is to get into peak energy fast.
Excellent.
So we're going to start with reducing stress. So sit comfortably, please. Close your eyes. And when your eyes close, focus on your breathing. Try to slow your breathing down. Take 10 deep breaths from your nose and out through your mouth. And when you breathe out, I want you to say to yourself the word peace. The word will represent you when you're in peace, no stress, no anxiety, and just do it for 2 minutes, 10 deep breaths out, in through your nose, out through your mouth, and tell me when you're done.
Ten.
How do you feel now versus before?
Definitely calmer.
Perfect. That's amazing. So now that we release the stress, I want you to make some energy in the moment, in the second you need it.
Okay.
So now we're gonna stand for a second. I'll stand with you. And we're gonna do a nice exercise just to get in your peak energy and create energy the moment you need it. So stand one leg before the other. Doesn't matter which leg, we're gonna do them both. And hands beside your body. And we're gonna do the running man. So it's a great physio exercise. It's the greatest abdominal exercise in the world. And we're gonna do it for 30 seconds. If I had music, I would put it, but normally I have music. So we're gonna do it for 30 seconds, even less, just because it's not the real thing. So let's do it. Run as fast as you can. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, stop. Now we're gonna do the second side. So you don't need to move your legs. You just move your hands as fast as you can because we're working on your abdominal here.
Got it.
Yeah. So let's do it again. 3, 2, 1, go, 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 go. And stop. How do you feel now?
Definitely energized.
Perfect. So now we learn basically how in a few seconds we can change our feeling by changing our breathing and our physiology. If you try to do it every day, it can really increase your physiology and make you better. And also you get more energy. So that is perfect. And will you commit to doing it every day for just a couple of minutes?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, give it up for more. All right, very good, Mo, very good. All right, so I'm going to give you some feedback. Here's what's really important about Practice Cafe. When I give, or a coach in this environment gives feedback, there is often a tendency and an inclination to want to comment back to feedback. I really don't want you to comment back to feedback. Take the feedback, own the feedback. If you feel that it's useful, feel free to apply it. If you don't, you can reject it. But when I'm giving the feedback, just take it on board, okay? Often we have an inclination to, oh yeah, but it's like a defense mechanism that we all have. It's like a Tourette's. I've literally had one of my coaches train it out of me. So if you do it, I just thought I'd preempt that often it's not a natural thing to take feedback without wanting to defend. So try and refrain from that. So more nice enthusiasm, really, really nice enthusiasm. One of the things I wrote was slow the pace slightly for impact. So when you were doing the initial setup to the breathing, I felt that you could have slowed down, just like, obviously you're reading off a page, for example, and to make it almost feel even less frameworky and scripted, you could have given more pauses in between. So I didn't have a specific there, but we can go back and watch the video and probably pick up on that because this is recorded. So slowing the pace down slightly in terms of your speaking. So for example, more. Here's what we're going to do now. In a moment, not yet, but in a moment, I'm going to get you to do 10 deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So you see, it's just a slight, I'm just pausing for effect, but that will allow the client the space to integrate. Plus, what we're doing with the breathing is we're symbolizing slowing them down. So we want our language pace to match what we're about to do, which is an exercise about slowing down. Yeah. Obviously, when you do the energizer, fast pace, perfect. Something else. I thought you did an amazing job of doing the breath work with Julie. I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed a physiological change in Julie. Like, Julie, your shoulders looked really tight before, and after, you look really, really relaxed. Like, I could feel every breath. Any stress that was in Julie's body was like it was, I could feel it was leaving her body. When you finish the breath work, this is for everybody, give a longer pause before you transition to the next thing. So I can't remember exactly, again, you can watch the recording, but when you finish the breath work, it was like, how do you feel now versus how you felt before? And Julie was like, much better. Here's how I would do it. How do you feel now, Julie, versus how you felt before? Much better. Good. Next time you get a bit stressed, 2 minutes, do that. Yeah? Good. That being comfortable with the silence there is fucking powerful. Because you've maybe just got a person to meditate for the first time in their whole life. And then after, you've allowed them to just, because often when people do a meditation, those of you that meditate will know this, sometimes things just come up, like thoughts, feelings, sadness, happiness, things come up. I've done that with people and they've got really emotional. So I've left it a couple of minutes, like, to allow them to just recalibrate. It's powerful. Highly unlikely that they'll have people in their life give them that much space to just sit in silence without any expectation of something being said back. So when you do it, all of a sudden, they're putting you in this position of, wow, like, more really gets me, more held the space, more emotionally held me, like made me feel like I could just be vulnerable. It's powerful. It will do wonders for your ability to enroll people in your program. Yeah, very powerful, very powerful. But yeah, really, really good. Well done, Mo. Running Man, love that. Is that Peter Goskew? Is that you?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's funny that you said that, because it does go back to, I said at the beginning, let me see what you do first, and then I'll give you feedback on it. One of the things you hear me say in the script, everybody, whether you like my wacky routines or not, they're just symbolic of how you do X, Y, Z to feel better. So it doesn't matter whether you dance on the spot, Running Man. What matters is, if the person is physically able to do so, that you get them to move their body and their physiology in some way that is different than normal to change their physiological feeling. So if you go, oh, I like the Running Man, do the Running Man. It actually doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. What matters is, if they're physically well and able to do so, that you get them to do something like that. One of the things I picked up on, did you say, I can't remember if you did more, did you ask, like, only do this if you're comfortable? Did you say that?
No.
Okay, so maybe just add that in just in case, just because you might have a person on the phone who's got a spinal issue or something, and they might have an issue with doing that because they might have some physical ailment that prevents them from doing so. So that's
So if
why,
she's physically able
yeah, so you might
or
have
comfortable.
either, only do this if you feel comfortable. So I don't use the words physical able, because I don't want to send people into a story of ability or disability. That's why I don't use that language. So it's like, only do this if you feel comfortable. Okay, Julie? All right, only if you feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. It's also giving them permission to not do it if they're just a bit embarrassed. If you've not built enough rapport to this point, some people often say, Miles, you know, I sometimes get people on the phone and they do the breathing, but they don't want to do the jumping around. From my experience, that only happens if there's not been enough rapport built. If the rapport's strong, if they feel comfortable with you, they should be willing to do the physiological things that you ask. Plus, if they don't, they will not buy. Because they're basically saying, I'm not comfortable with you as my leader. So if they're not comfortable with you as a leader in the free session, they ain't buying your program. So it's really, I don't mean you more, I mean you, those watching, you've got to get them to a place where they're comfortable being led by you. Breath works one way, physiological's another. Again, the reason why I like the, I say my way, the other way, is because the clapping can be done sat in the chair. Arguably, the running could also be done in the chair. It's about asking how they feel comfortable. Another way might be just hands in the air, the kind of the Tony Robbins priming. I think that's why Tony likes that one, because again, it's less physiological impact for those that might be unable to make twisty kind of movements. Yeah. So play with it. Have different ones in your arsenal. Oh, I don't think I can do that. Okay. Could you do sat in a chair, like hands in the air? Could you do that? Yeah, I could do that. Perfect. Let's do that instead. Okay, so we're going to do that for 30 seconds. Like, have other ones ready so that if you got someone physically unable to do so, you could jump into another one. And then you did it together. Really, really good. All in all, more brilliant, fantastic, excellent. Give it up for more. All right, fantastic. All right, so I'm now going to choose Tina.
Oh, I have a question first.
Yeah, go Tina.
If I may. Okay.
Yeah,
I wanted to say, first of all, in my case, because I've decided I wanted to work with people who experience pain. So most probably some of them, all of them, I don't know, they won't be able to do this exercise. And most probably I won't be able to do it every single day, you know, whenever I have a session. But besides that, because I have some other exercises that I have incorporated in my sessions, because I thought about it so much, because I know it's difficult for many people. I wanted to ask you, if I ask them how you feel now versus how you felt before, and they tell me something like lousy, not feeling well today, you know, not different or anything. can we do it again? We choose another exercise, or we might also, I'm not talking about even during the trailer, we reschedule the session so they can feel better.
Yeah, I've not had anybody do the physiological, I've not had anybody do the energizers and tell me after that they don't feel better than they felt before. I've never had that. If I did have that, I would just keep going regardless, but I would probably be thinking this person is very much in their head, because I believe if you do those energizers well, it's near on impossible to not feel different or better, even slightly than before. If a client said to me, no, I still feel not very good, then that's probably because there was a story, something's happened in their day, and they're holding on to that. But what we've got to know is they're choosing to hold on to that. So they are getting significance from holding on to that pain. No, I'm still annoyed about my husband who pissed me off this morning, right? Like they're holding on to that, because if you do breath like earlier, I don't mind telling you, this afternoon, like, so we had some stress, you know, Zen went to hospital in the ambulance. It totally threw the day out of whack. I had some anxiety this afternoon. Then I did some breath work. I said to Sati, I feel so much better than before I did that breath work. Before the breath work, I didn't feel good. If I didn't feel good after the breath work, I know that's got nothing to do with the external event, and that's got something to do with me not getting to the root of what's really going on. The good thing, Tina, is later on in the session, you've got the coach themselves from the future thing, which might draw out some truth that is beneath the surface, that might reveal what was the thing that's preventing them from feeling any better. And then that revelation might be the tipping point that gives them the breakthrough in that session. Yeah, because often, you know, in the coach yourself thing, we're like, is there someone that you need to speak your truth to, and blah, blah, blah. So often, if they don't feel better and someone's pissed them off, then that might come out in that bit. And then they can speak it out. And then, how do you feel now? Versus, yeah, I feel better now. I've said that. Okay. But yeah, so there's no perfect art to this. There's no, I guarantee, Tina, if you say this in this way, a person will buy. We can't, what's the saying? You can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You can do the best trainer in the world. It does not mean that they'll buy.
Yeah.
You just got to show up. You show up 100%. You've got a pretty good chance of getting a person to the point where they want to do more coaching with you. But you can't guarantee it, because it's just it's other human beings. Like we just can't control that. Yeah. All you can do is your best. All you can do is your best.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So wow, conscious of time. So here's what I'm going to do. Actually, I've changed my mind. I'm going to get Julie to coach Tina. Okay. I'm going to get Julie to coach Tina. Same as you've just done, Julie, as you've experienced. Energizer, breathing, physiological shift.
I cannot do the energizer, as you can understand. So
perfect. So this will be really good to just freestyle and just see how this goes for everybody's benefit, and go from there. Pretend, Julie, that you didn't know that about Tina, and just in the moment feel what feels right. See what Tina says back, and then if I need to jump in and give some support, and I will. Okay. All right. Over to you, Julie. Oh, has it got you muted? Sorry. There you go.
I can't see Tina on the screen yet.
Can't you? Maybe change your view. So if you put it into speaker view, what view have you got it in?
I don't know.
maybe
I can see it now. I can see it now. Hi, Tina.
Hello, Julie.
Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we are going to change our state. And what I need from you, Tina, I need you to be all in for the next few minutes. Can you do that for me?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm just going to ask you that again. Can you do that for me? I need a yes.
Yes, yes,
There we go. Okay,
definitely,
great.
yes.
So what we're going to do, we're going to start off with something nice and calm. So we're going to center our mind right now. So in order to do this, what I need you to do is you're going to place your hands. Can you see my hands? So you're
Yeah.
going to place these on your rib cage, and they're
Okay.
touching like this, okay? And you're going to place these on
Mhm.
your rib cage. And then
Okay.
as you breathe in, you hopefully are going to breathe in so deep and so far in through your nose that your hands should stretch apart like this. Okay, so this is how we
Okay.
know like how deep, and the deeper that you do this inhale and exhale, the more benefit you will receive from this exercise. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I will show you, for example, I'm just going to tip my camera down so you can hopefully see my hands. So here they are right now. I'm breathing in from my nose and then out through my mouth. And they should, on the exhale, they should start to expand. And then breathing in through my nose and out through my mouth. And also you should hopefully feel that your rib cage separating, okay? And so the more you do that, so you need to breathe in so much so that you feel your shoulders hitting the roof, okay? And then and then the deeper that we do this, the more we're going to get from this. And when you're breathing, exhaling out, I want you to think nice, calm thoughts. So I want you to think on the exhale, I am calm. So a nice deep breath in, nice and slowly, in through our nose. And then we're going to go out through the mouth. And as we do that, we're going to literally say in our mind, I am calm. And we're going to do that 10 times. Please close your eyes while you do that. That will help center calm your mind. So as we close our eyes, we're going to start on 3. And we're going to do this for 10 times. And once you finish, please just open your eyes. Okay. All ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Yeah, you're all done. Perfect. How does that feel now, Tina? How do you feel now in comparison to how you felt previously to us doing this exercise together?
I feel more relaxed, I would say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm
Do you feel
feeling
less
fine.
tension in your body?
Yeah,
Does
definitely.
your mind feel a little bit more quieter?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so what we're going to do now, Tina, we're going to transform our state from our mind is nice and calm and focused now, which is fantastic. Now what we need to do is just going to raise our energy slightly. So are you possible to sit on the edge of your chair? Are you able to do that?
Yep.
Excellent. And then are you able to put your arms out and then bring them in? So all the way out and then all the way in.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you do that? Perfect. Okay, so we're going to so there's just 2 more steps. So we're going to go out, in, up, down.
Oh, okay.
Is that okay for you?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So we're just going to do that, and we're going to do it. Oops, I'm going to make it easier. Up, down. We're going to do that nice and quickly, just for 30 seconds. Now I'm going to play a little bit of music to help us along, to make it more fun. Okay, so I'm going to count us in. Are you ready? So we're going to go 3, 2, 1. So out, in, up, down. I say I'm going to play some music. I was going to play some music. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Out, in, up, down. Out, in, up, down. Out, in, up, down. Out, in, down. Up, down. Out, in, up, down. Shake it for me, boys. Can we do this? Is there a clap? Can you clap side to side for me? Okay, we're going to go back to out, in, up, down. Go. Out, in, up, down. Out, in, up, down. Out, in, up, down. Shake it out for me one more time. Brilliant, Tina, I love it. All right, gonna freestyle for 10 seconds. You go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Up.
Yeah.
Well done. Give yourself a round of applause. That was amazing. Yeah. I loved your spin. Very good. I think you might have done it before.
Thank you. It's really.
Do you like
great.
dancing, Tina?
Not really. I used to dance,
really?
but okay, I cannot do it anymore. But I like the music and the movement. I like that.
Good.
So I'm happy with that. Whenever I listen to the music, it's really great. That's why I incorporated the music into my session.
Brilliant.
During the exercise, because I think it calms people and they forget about their worries and things. So
absolutely
how
good.
goes.
So how do you feel now that we've had a bit of a dance around in our chair? That's how
Great.
you felt before our dancing.
Great.
You feel more uplifted and energized.
Yep, definitely.
You do. Excellent. Great job.
You.
Okay.
Thank you.
So these are just a few things, Tina, symbolic. These are just to help change our state, obviously to get our mind nice and focused. And now obviously just to raise our energy. Mm-hmm. So I hope that you'll take away from this session right here on this, that you'll hopefully take away those tools that you can use going forward should you need to. So if you're finding that you've got a part of your day where you need more energy, then we know it's a bit of chair dancing. We've got some shimmying we can do, can shake our arms up and down, get away with those bingo wings. And then obviously if you need to quieten your mind and help to focus and get some clarity in your day, then we're going to take in nice 10 deep breaths like you just did perfectly for me today.
Okay.
Thank you, Tina.
Thank you.
All right, give it up for Julie. Well done, Julie. Well done. All right, I'll give you feedback. Okay, so lovely energy and enthusiasm. Really, really good. Something you said, I need you all in for this next bit. You don't need to do that because you've already pre-framed the session and the exercise. So right at the beginning of the session, I know this isn't a natural thing, but right at the beginning of the session, you would have in real time told Tina that you were going to do exercises. So you wouldn't have needed to do, I need you all in. You wouldn't, I would take that out. The breathing technique, love the technique in and of itself. I felt that it was maybe slightly too complex to explain. Like it took quite a few minutes for you to explain that. So it might be too long. Remember the point is just to change the breathing pattern. So I'm not going use mine, but why it works is I say, look, in a minute, I'm gonna get you to do 10 deep breaths. In through the nose, out to the mouth. On the out breath, you're going to say to yourself in your mind the word release. The word release is going to represent you releasing any worry, stress, thoughts, tension might be in your life. I'll do it with you. Ready? 10 deep breaths. When you finish, open your eyes. We'll carry on. Go. It took me 25 seconds to just explain that. It felt like your breathing took maybe 2 minutes, maybe, to explain. Too long, I think, to explain breathing, which Tina has done since she was born. You're getting her to do it in a certain way, but I don't think it needs that long to explain that. Good physiology exercise. I would have assumed Tina could do the other one first before doing the chair one. So if that is your natural one to do the chair one, I would consider doing more of a, okay, right, I'm going to get you to do right now is we're going to stand up. All right, so stand up, stand up, stand up. All right, let's stand up. So I would assume that Tina could do the full shebang until she only do this if you feel comfortable. Okay. Oh, well, actually, I've got this issue. Oh, okay. Okay. So could you do it in your chair? Could you? And then I would go into more of a gentler one. So you had the narrative, which didn't help, of what Tina said. So, but what I would do in a normal call is I would assume they're physically well and able to dance around like a freaking lunatic until they say, oh, I don't know if I can do the running on the spot thing because I've just had a knee operation. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We'll do it sat down. We'll just do the clapping and the breathing and the I'm alive, I'm alive. We'll just do that. Can you do that? Yeah, good. All right, we'll just do that. Assume they can do it and then adapt from there. Good fun, like the music, love the words of affirmation. Something I wrote down here was around coordination, self-consciousness. So there's a lot of different, and so a person who might have self-consciousness around coordination, let's say that they consider themselves to be not very coordinated, and that they don't like that about themselves. You might send them into a pattern of, if I can't do this, then. And then they get frustrated with themselves because they can't keep up with your, and now let's do this. And they're like, oh, fucking hell, like, oh, what am I doing now? And then they're a bit just, and then they might be frustrated because they couldn't keep up with what you were doing. So try and keep it simple. I loved what you did, but when you said that, I would have just done that and maybe add in some breathing. I'd have just done that and forget the music and forget the dancing and forget all this. Like I wouldn't do any of that. Just keep it to one. Just do one. Just if that's your thing, or boxing hands, whatever. Bang, 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 let's go, and then to the sky, and then back that way, and then back that way, and then back that way. Just keep it really, really simple, rather than overcook it. And then the last thing was, hopefully you take away, forgive me for not paraphrasing, you want to say, so Tina, whether you like my wacky routines or not, they're just symbolic of how important it is to change your breathing, change your physiology. Will you commit to doing something each day to change your breathing and change your physiology? Will you commit to that, Tina? Yes, I will. Fantastic. Be more lead, Tina. Tell her, will you commit? You up for that? You're going to do it, yeah? Brilliant. Not hopefully you'll take away, and like be more authoritative. Yeah? All right. Well done, Julie. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. All right, Tina, because I'm conscious of time, but I want to squeeze a little bit more in. So Tina, I want you to have a go. So I'll get you to do it on Darcel, if she's there and available. Amazing. Perfect. She's thumbs up. So Tina, will get you to just dive straight in. Let's see if we can at least just get the breathing in and maybe the physiology as well. Over to you.
Oh, wait. Where is the breathing? I lost the. No, I don't have it here. Please forgive me, but. No. Okay, so we start. Okay, so hello, Darcel.
Hi, Tina.
Hello, hello. Nice to see you. Okay. Okay, so are you ready to start?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna start with a breathing exercise. So I'd like you to sit comfortably, or if you like to stand, I mean, it's up to you. Okay. I just want you, to close your eyes first. Then with your eyes closed, focus on your breathing, please. Okay. Try and slow your breathing down, if you will. Okay. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to take 10 deep breaths, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. On the out breath, breathing deeply, I want you to say to yourself the words letting go, letting go, letting go. The words letting go will in this time represent you letting go of all your thoughts, your worries, your stress or tension, okay, in life. Even though it's just for these 2 minutes we're doing the exercise, okay? So breathing through your nose and out through your mouth. So we start. I'll do it with you. Okay. 1, 2, 3, we go. Letting go. I can't.
Done.
Okay. So please tell me, how do you feel versus how you felt before? How was it for you?
I feel really nice and mellow. I feel like I've been go, go, go all day. So that it was nice to take that pause, and I feel really calm right now.
Oh,
Thank you.
excellent. Excellent job. That's great, Rachel. Thank you. So we're doing the next exercise.
Yes, do the next one as well, Tina. We'll squeeze it in.
I can't do the jumping thing, and so
Okay, do your version of what you would do.
my version really is not an exercise. It has something to do, with visualization, I would say. So
Okay. So do you have a physiological piece? You definitely need to have a what is a physiological piece that you can do? Because there definitely needs to be a physiological piece in there.
I should most definitely have to sit on my chair, okay, and probably the clients. Then I don't know, something, I need to move my hands. And also I like the music, so I would like to incorporate the music part. I don't know, I think it adds something. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if it's right. I don't know what you think.
I mean, the music isn't the key thing. The key thing is
Yeah.
there needs to be some form of physiological thing in there
Yeah,
to the extent that you can move, because you can move, can't you? You can move your physical body. Yeah. To the extent that you can move, that needs to be your starting place to lead in your. So you need to build a physiological piece in your trailer that you can do, that you then do with your clients. If they can't do it, you basically, Tina, knowing what you know about pain, you need to have 3 or 4 top, like hard, medium, easy, iterations of physiological movement, that there has to be a physiological movement in there. Because the physiology piece is really the key that is going to differentiate your coaching from other life coaches, because other life coaches just ask questions.
Yeah, I know.
You have to, in some form or another, what I'm saying is you've got to do something to elevate the heart rate. So what do you think, we're out of time, but what do you think you could do to elevate heart rate? What could you do?
I don't know. I have different ideas. One thing that I would like personally is really to shout at some point.
To shout.
Yeah.
Okay, shouting's good.
We used to do that at school, so.
Yeah, it probably doesn't elevate the heart rate as easy. So what about movement? What kind of move can you do, Tina?
The hand, probably what you showed, with the fist. I like that.
Okay. So you can do the punching arms.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So do that. Put Rocky on and do the punching arms. But you have to do something that you have to do something that creates a physiological change. So if you feel that sat down Rocky arms would work for you, then do that. Then do that.
And what also Darcel just did, like Julie, yeah, I like that also, without the feet. The feet, are on the ground, or but I like this exercise.
Got it. Good. You've got to have a physiological one in there. So
I know.
Do one to the extent that you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And then then have other ones that are easier to bear in mind the physical imperfections, let's call them, of any clients that you have on the phone. Have all of you should have multiple ones, top, middle, or bottom, ready in your repertoire.
Of course. With the eye of the tiger, I assume you said, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. That was just me, my inner child said that. Quick feedback for you, and then I'll let you all go. Slightly fast explaining the breathing. Slightly fast explaining, a bit like more. Letting go. I think I was a bit confused when you explained it to Darcel. In my head, I was like, do I say it out loud? Do I just say it in my mind? I wasn't sure. Try and be a bit more concise with that. If you need to, just read it off the page. And then when you asked Darcel how she felt versus how she felt before, she gave a really I feel like I've been go all day. I feel much better. I would have, like I think I said with more earlier, I'd have given a longer pause to allow Darcel to have that. She's just finished that meditative drop. Allow her to just sit in that for 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Just really how do you feel now, Darcel, versus how you felt before? I feel much better. Good. All right. Here's what we're going to do now. Now that we've shown you how we can create calm, let's show you how quick. See how I just wasn't even 45 seconds, was it? It was like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. It was a break point from, okay, we've done Zen chill out zone. We're not going to rush out of that, right? We're not going to rush from main course to dessert. Let's have a breather, and then we'll go to the next thing. Just a slight break, slight period of silence to just give the client, feels good. All right, now let me show you how fast you can generate some energy. Yeah, and then you got to switch out of, because you're probably all like, you got to quickly go, all right, okay, here's what we're going to do now. To show you how fast we can get some energy in our body. So if you're physically able to do so, stand up. Come on, stand up with me, stand up. And then you just switch it. Or do what you're going to do based on what you're comfortable with. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So
thank you.
That's it for Practice Cafe. Good night. It's been a pleasure. Have a good evening. The recording will be in the group. Make sure you watch it. Apply the feedback. And well done, everybody. Some really, really good coaching tonight. Sorry, Dustin, we didn't get round to you. We will next week, I'm sure. So Practice
Sorry,
Cafe
Dustin.
now, Practice Cafe now happening every Thursday evening. Hope you've enjoyed it. Tell everybody in the group, oh my God, Practice Cafe was freaking amazing. Do that, please. And then everybody will get FOMO and then they'll turn up for next week, if you will, please. All right. Have a good evening, everybody.
Thanks,
See you soon.
Miles.
Bye.
Thank
you,
Good night.
Miles.
Night.
Bye.